What if nothing you've ever called real actually exists outside of you? What if the world you touch, the people you meet, the events you experience are not happening to you, but emerging from you? What if your thoughts aren't just mental noise, but the sculptors of time, the architects of reality, the hidden hands behind every door you walk through? This is not fantasy. This is not delusion. This is the deepest truth whispered across the ages. From Hermetic mysticism to quantum mechanics, from ancient scrolls to neural scans, all paths converge at a single revelation. Your mind is not inside the world. The world is inside your mind. When you hear Matrix, what comes to mind? A movie? A simulation? A dystopian system? But what if the Matrix is not fiction? What if it is your own conditioned mind? Not a prison built by machines, but a reality sculpted by your perceptions, your beliefs, your unconscious patterns. You weren't born into slavery. You were born into possibility. But slowly, belief by belief, rule by rule, trauma by trauma, your limitless field became a box. Your divine lens became a filter of fear. And now, you're waking up. That uncomfortable feeling you've had lately, that sense that something doesn't add up, that you're more than you've been taught, that's not madness. That's memory. Memory of the truth you once knew. That thought is creation. Mind is the matrix. And you are the code. Close your eyes. Feel this thought. I am unsafe. Instantly, your heart changes rhythm. Your breath shortens. Your muscles tighten. Your field contracts. Now feel this thought. I am free. Suddenly, the body loosens. The breath deepens. A sense of expansion awakens. What changed? Nothing in the world, only a thought. And yet that thought reshaped your entire physiology. That thought became chemistry, became emotion, became frequency. Now multiply that by every thought you've ever had, and you'll understand why your life looks the way it does. You're not observing reality. You're broadcasting it. You are a projector, and your thoughts are the film. Ask yourself, are you truly experiencing life? Or are you reliving mental programs disguised as reality? Every morning, you wake up and think 90% of the same thoughts as yesterday. And yet you wonder why nothing changes. But here's the revelation. Your thoughts are not reflections of life. Your life is a reflection of thought. Change the frequency, and the channel of reality changes. Change the belief, and the world reorganizes. This is not magic. This is quantum law. This is neuroscience. This is the ancient path of awakening. You are not stuck. You are just on autopilot. And the moment you wake up, the matrix begins to crumble. What if I told you your thoughts are not invisible, not harmless, not passive? What if each thought you think becomes a ripple in your electromagnetic field? A vibration in the quantum soup of the universe? A signal to matter itself? Because that's exactly what's happening. A thought is not just something you have. A thought is something you emit, and everything you emit, you receive. It was never about luck. It was always about frequency. You are not just a thinker. You are a transmitter, a living, breathing antenna broadcasting frequencies into the field. Every thought is a wave. Every emotion is a frequency. Every belief is a pattern stored in your electromagnetic signature. You think, you feel, you broadcast. You broadcast, you attract. And what you attract, you experience. The world doesn't happen to you. It happens through you. And the field, it doesn't respond to what you say. It responds to what you believe. It responds to the dominant signal, the one pulsing beneath the surface of your words. You can say, "I am abundant" 1,000 times, but if the frequency beneath is "I am afraid," the field will respond to fear. Because the universe does not speak English. It speaks vibration. You are not attracting what you want. You are attracting what you are. What if your entire life is just a mirror? What if every situation, person, and moment is simply showing you your own internal frequency pattern? The loop is simple. Thought, emotion, behavior, outcome, reinforcement, thought. You are not repeating reality. You are repeating energy. Unless you interrupt the loop, you will continue to call it fate. You will call it God's plan. You will call it the way things are. But none of that is truth. It is just a loop waiting for your awareness to break it. And you have that power now here in this breath. Quantum physics shattered everything we thought we knew. At the smallest level of existence, reality is not solid. It is not predictable. It is not fixed. Subatomic particles do not exist in one place until they are observed. In other words, the act of looking collapses the wave of possibility into form. This means the universe does not operate on certainty. It operates on consciousness. The observer is the creator, and you are the observer. Reality is not happening out there. It is emerging from your interaction with the quantum field. Your focus becomes a spotlight. Where you place it, possibility collapses into experience. This is not philosophy. This is quantum law. So the real question is not, what is real? The question is, what version of reality am I selecting over and over again? Because every time you think the same thought, feel the same emotion, expect the same result, you are collapsing the same version of the universe into your life and calling it fate. Most people don't choose their thoughts. They inherit them from parents, from school, from media, from pain. And so they become unconscious participants in their own simulation, prisoners of recycled beliefs, slaves to memories they didn't choose. But you are waking up. You are becoming the programmer. When you choose your thoughts with awareness, you stop recycling the past and start writing the future. When you elevate your emotion, your signal becomes clearer. When you quiet the noise, the matrix loses its grip. You're not here to repeat. You're here to remember. This is the lie you were sold. that you must earn your worth, that you must deserve joy, health, love, abundance. But in a vibrational universe, you don't manifest what you deserve. You manifest what you are tuned to. And tuning happens not through effort, but through energy. You don't have to fight your way into a new life. You have to feel your way into it. Change the frequency, and the reality appears. Not because you forced it, but because you finally became compatible with it. You've been taught that your mind is inside your head. But what if that's the greatest illusion of all? Your consciousness is not limited to the brain. Your body is not a container. It's a conductor. You are not a mind inside a body. You are a field of intelligence, pulsing with information, broadcasting energy across space and time. And every thought you generate, every feeling you dwell in, becomes encoded in this field. You don't just live in reality, you radiate it. You don't need to chase your future. You only need to embody it now. Your thoughts are not small, they are sacred rituals. Each time you speak with intention, each time you imagine with feeling, each time you hold a vision in stillness, you are not hoping for change. You are performing alchemy. You are summoning frequencies. You are weaving time. You are collapsing energy into form. Manifestation is not a trick. It is the natural result of vibrational coherence. You don't have to believe harder. You have to align deeper. And that alignment begins in thought. Stop treating the mind like an obstacle. Stop trying to escape it. The mind is not your enemy. It is your portal. When trained, when cleansed, when illuminated, the mind becomes the gateway to higher dimensions of consciousness. It becomes the bridge between the human and the divine, between the seen and the unseen, between fear and creation. So don't silence your thoughts. Sanctify them. Don't fight your mind. Reverence it. It is the temple. It is the engine. It is the matrix of miracles waiting to be activated. Every time you choose a new thought, you weaken the neural pathway of the old one. Every time you feel love instead of fear, you starve the reality that was built from trauma. Your past is not powerful, it's just repetitive. And the moment you stop giving it your focus, it begins to dissolve. Not because you killed it, but because you stopped animating it. You are not stuck. You are simply rehearsing the familiar. And the moment you shift your frequency, the matrix loses its code. This message is not new. It's ancient, buried in temples, etched in sacred scrolls, hidden in the silence between thoughts. You've heard it before, not with your ears, but with your soul. The truth is not arriving from outside. It is rising from within. That whisper you feel in moments of stillness, that longing you carry beneath the surface, that knowing you can't explain, that's not you learning. That's you remembering. Remembering that your thoughts are the blueprint, that your mind is the matrix, that reality bends not to effort, but to essence. There is no single world. There is no solid timeline. There is no destiny written in stone. There is only energy, and energy is malleable. Reality is not a structure. It is a stream, a living river of potential, shaped by the contours of your consciousness. You do not need to wait for your life to change. You only need to step into a new frequency, because the version of you that is healed, free, powerful, and magnetic already exists. Your job is not to create it. Your job is to become compatible with it, and you do that through the mind. The universe doesn't speak words. It speaks resonance. Your energy is your request. Your vibration is your vote. Your coherence is your command. Every time you think with clarity, feel with gratitude, act with alignment, you become the tuning fork of new possibility. And suddenly, the external bends, not because it must, but because it is echoing you. You are not here to react. You are here to reveal. You are not here to survive. You are here to sculpt existence. So now, pause, breathe, and ask yourself, what am I broadcasting? What am I reinforcing? What am I calling real over and over again? And more importantly, who would I become if I remembered that I am the source? Because you are. The world around you is not a prison. It is a projection, a mirror of the mind. And the mind is not random. It is sacred. So treat it as a temple. Program it as a ritual. Hold it as the most powerful tool you possess. Because once you remember the truth, you can never again pretend to be powerless. If this whisper stirred something in you, if a part of you feels like it just woke up, it's because you're ready to remember, ready to think differently, ready to create consciously. So stay close to this vibration. Subscribe to this channel. Whispers of the Tao. Whispers that awaken power. Because the matrix will not set you free, but your mind will.